Dreams are not subject to gravity. There is no altimeter for imagination. Discoveries and breakthroughs are not bound by walls or ceilings. This is the philosophy of a university that calls itself Imagine U. At 4,300 feet above sea level, the University of Utah already sits on high ground. But as students, teachers, researchers, and supporters, we can take it even higher. For there's so much yet to be discovered, so many mountains of knowledge yet to ascend, so many diseases yet to be cured.
So let me fly, oh let me fly. If I don't try, I will never know. Let me fly, oh let me fly. See how far I can go.
And while our goals and ambitions are lofty, they are achievable when we do more than just stand upon the shoulders of greatness, but on the outstretched hands of collaboration as well. Because we are all in this together, and there is no going down. Our view is upward, and in our minds, we always imagine new heights.
So let me fly, oh let me fly. If I don't try, I will never know. Let me fly, see how far I can go. Let me dream, oh let me dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise in honor of the faculty of the University of Utah. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming the class of 2020 and 2021. Please welcome the University of Utah Chief Global Officer and Distinguished Professor of Medicinal Chemistry, Dr. Chris M. Arland.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the third graduation ceremony for the University of Utah Asia campus. We also welcome around the world our guests who cannot be with us today. We are live streaming this event on the University of Utah Asia campus YouTube page, and we welcome many people and guests for that event. I would like to recognize a number of individuals, several of whom are on the stage with me today. I will ask them to stand when I read their name, and I ask the audience to hold applause until I'm done with the list of recognition. First off, Dr. Gregory Hill, the Chief Administrative Officer for the University of Utah Asia Campus. Greg. Second, Dr. Randy McCrillis, Dean of Students for the University of Utah Asia Campus, and also Executive Director in the Office for Global Engagement. There are a number of distinguished guests who could not be with us today, but I'd like to recognize them as well. First, Mr. Ewan J., Commissioner for the Incheon Free Economic Zone. Dr. Baek Ki-hyun, CEO of the Incheon Global Campuses Foundation. Dr. Han Tae-jun, President, Ghent University Global Campus. Dr. Min Won Ki, President, State University of New York, Korea. And Dr. Robert Matz, Campus Dean from George Mason University, Korea. We also want to acknowledge Mr. Chong Hyuk, the Director of Research and Design at Samsung SDI. Finally, I want to ask the faculty and the staff of the University of Utah Asia Campus to please rise and be recognized. Last but not least, I want to ask the graduating class from the University of Utah Asia Campus to please rise and be recognized. We're here to celebrate your accomplishments today, and on behalf of the University of Utah, I want to provide you my congratulations on the great accomplishments that you have made. Please now be seated. To celebrate our commencement today, the Senior Vice President from the University of Utah, Dr. Dan Reed, has provided us with a congratulatory video to congratulate the University of Utah Asia Campus graduates.
Hello, I'm Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dan Reed. I truly appreciate you giving me the time to celebrate one of life's greatest joys with you, the day you graduate from college. I wanted to take this opportunity at the end of what's been truly an extraordinary year to recognize each and every one of you, the graduates of our Incheon Global Campus. You have shown incredible resilience, creativity, stamina, and dedication over the past 2 years as you completed your studies under what have truly been extraordinary circumstances. And you have emerged today successful and full of possibilities. Our Salt Lake City campus commencement student speaker, psychology major Kirsten Caron, recognized how unprecedented the past year's been. But she also highlighted that the class of 2021 is itself unprecedented, individually and together. She said, all of us navigated the tumultuous ocean of life, and continued to say, we changed course to adapt with the raging storm and believed we would get through it, even when we could no longer see the stars above our heads and lost the maps that charted our course. We were resilient and hopeful. We listened and we lifted each other up. We found voices that had been previously drowned out or unsure, and we raised them to call for much needed change in our society. Wonderful observation. The University of Utah's class of 2021 is more than 9,000 members strong. The university is awarding 5,729 bachelor's degrees, 2,353 master's degrees, and 657 doctorates. Last year, as you know, we had to cancel the commencement ceremony due to COVID-19. But in Incheon this year, we're celebrating, and we're celebrating the largest graduating class yet, 76 graduates. Education transformed my life, as I know it will yours. For that, I personally will always be humbled, grateful, and mindful of the debts that I myself can never truly repay. You, our graduates, remind us why we do what we do in higher education, and we honor you here today. Over the past month, we've gathered on our Utah campus and in Incheon, Korea today to celebrate a transgenerational trust and a very secular but holy rite. We recognize the dedication and accomplishments of our colleagues in research and scholarship and service. We also cherish the transmission of accumulated knowledge to a new generation of young minds. We embrace the hopes of parents, and we recognize and hold high the realized and still evolving dreams of their children. You are new graduates.
Now becoming part of a community. In fact, you're becoming part of several communities. You'll be part of your work community, your neighborhood and social community, and of course, your alumni community. Communities need people to work together, to give, to be generous. If you are not thoughtful about it, the next phase of your life will try and take everything from you. It will try to take your time and your energy. It will try to take your patience and your strength. But I would encourage you to give before it takes. What do I mean? I mean be generous. Be generous with your time. Manage it carefully. Give your time to your family. Give your time to your communities. You will find that no greater joy than when you are giving back. And as a college graduate, you are more uniquely positioned to do so than you otherwise would be. The final responsibility is that of joy. In the Hill household, we have a family motto. It's all about the adventure. Now, what do I mean? The end point of our lives is just that, the end point. Don't race towards it. We should find joy in the path along the way. You know there will be challenges, but challenges are often where growth and new opportunities are found. Keep them in perspective. Look for ways to find happiness in all parts of the journey, good or bad. It's all part of the adventure. As soon-to-be graduates and lifelong members of the University of Utah family, I encourage you to take on these new responsibilities and go forward. As generous global leaders, you will make an impact wherever your journey may take you. Now, graduates, we are proud of you and are cheering for your future success. Now go and celebrate. You've done a great thing. Congratulations, and go Utes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce Mr. Won-Jae Lee, the Commissioner of the Incheon Free Economic Zone. Mr. Lee has provided his congratulatory remarks to the Utah Asia Campus graduates.
It is an honor to be with the University of Utah Asia Campus at this year's graduation ceremony. As the Incheon Free Economic Zone Commissioner, I am very excited to witness the University of Utah Asia Campus graduates taking their first step into society. All of you can be very proud of your outstanding achievement. The future will be a knowledge society of technology based on the online-based fourth industrial revolution. In such times, human resources are required to have not just expertise, but integrated thinking and collaborative ability. I have no doubt that you will be leading the fourth industrial revolution era with the capabilities of mutual respect and understanding as global leaders you nurtured during the 4 years at the University of Utah Asia campus. I admire all of you, students, faculty, and the staff alike, that we could get through these very tough days together. I also would like to express my gratitude to parents who have devoted themselves to supporting students with love. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, professors, for teaching students with the dedication and love, and all the staff who work hard to manage the university. Now that you are done with this graduation ceremony, we are moving toward a new world. You'll remember how beautiful the time you have spent here was and how meaningful it was. Go enjoy it. My every best wish for all that comes hereafter, and my congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. I was with Mr. Lee today, and he wanted me to reconfirm his congratulations to you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the first of our two student speakers. Baccalaureate students graduating with honors and those nominated by their peers were invited as part of consideration by a selection committee. The committee reviewed all materials and selected today's two student speakers. Our first speaker will be Woo-Sun Susan Park, who is graduating with a bachelor's degree, majoring in psychology and minoring in leadership studies. Susan will speak on behalf of the class of 2020 and 2021.
Very tall. Okay. Good afternoon, students, staff, faculty, and our guests. It is an honor to speak on behalf of our wonderful fellow graduates, and I would like to show much appreciation for providing me this opportunity. First of all, regardless of which academic year or semester you actually graduated, I would like to say congratulations. You all have earned and finished a degree that I'm sure will take an essential part of your lives. We also made it to the commencement despite the pandemic situation, so a big applause for all of you. Being at a commencement may have countless meanings depending on the individual, but I personally would like to think of it as a curtain call. Yes, what you actually experience and have done on the stage, in this case the you, is the most important part. However, I believe this commencement is the perfect opportunity to reflect on those experiences and make room for improvement as we all return here at that fine stage where you illustrated high performance as an undergraduate student. In this sense, I'd like to start by sharing some of my experience at the U, which could be said in one word: metanoia. Metanoia refers to the journey of changing one's mind, heart, self, or way of life. Either it is nutrition or the environment, all living organisms needs a sense of growth. For humans, I believe this growth is more than physical, but more towards psychological. This development comes from being able to be in environments where you can constantly learn through numerous experiences, and for me, the University of Utah was that source. It provided me continuous opportunities such as leadership positions, extracurricular activities, critical thinking courses, to develop myself as a sturdy person. Now, it will take me days to finish sharing my opportunities, and I'm sure all of you will relate to me at some point, but I'm not going to do that today, because today is not just about me, but it is about every single one of you who have now become the alumni of the U. So today, as fellow alumni, I would like to talk about two things: you/us and others. Among the countless topics that came to my mind, there was one thing that I've always wanted to say, and that is believe in yourself. Personally, it is the one thing that has pushed me forward, grow, and achieve. Regardless of how harsh the situation can be, if you believe in yourself, there's nothing that can get between your way and achievement. So please, never ever lose faith in you. I've also realized there's truly no limit towards imagination. It is funny because when I first arrived at UAC as a freshman, me and my mom joked, imagine about me being the student body president here. And next thing I realized, I was elected as a student body president. I imagined writing research papers, and I did. I imagined being the speaker of the commencement, and here I am. As Einstein says, logic takes you from A to B, but imagination takes you everywhere. No matter how ridiculous it is, if you imagine, you're already a step closer to achieving it. Try new things, make mistakes, learn, do things you have always dreamed of, imagined you. Life is not just about you. As you now earn an undergraduate degree, rather than thinking that you are better or more special than others, think that you now have some responsibility to make the world a better place. Being privileged to be educated in the U, we learned all about critical aspects regarding women's rights, LGBTQ rights, racial discrimination, gap between rich and poor, comfort women. As we are now heading towards being a member of a bigger society, it is important to remember. And these are the things that, as we graduate, should never forget and raise voices to. As global citizens, we must acknowledge the changes we can bring to others and the society as future advocates, entrepreneurs, researchers, filmmakers, and educated individuals. This itself, for me, is the true meaning of having a degree in higher education. Speaking of others, I believe our growth of mindset as well as our success is somewhat reflected by those help and support we have received by the members of the community. I, along with you, met so many remarkable people who widened my perspective in countless ways. The outstanding relationship that we built here is immeasurable. So I'd like to show much appreciation to all the staff, faculty, students. Thank you very much. I would love to take a picture with you afterwards. There is one last person/people that you should all show gratitude to, and they are our parents. Your parents, as well as my parents, are the ones who trusted you, provided the source, and sacrificed in order for you to become a better individual. So please go ahead and show gratitude towards your parents and family members who have been supporting you till now. Mom, Dad, Oma, Appa, I don't know where the camera is. Thank you. My sister, Sunny. Okay, thank you. I'm just joking. Before finishing my speech, I'd like to say that you all are such exceptional individuals who have high potentials. Yes, it is quite unfortunate that our undergraduate life has ended, but think of your university life as a bamboo. The remarkable thing about this tree is that it takes 5 or more years for it to emerge from the ground, because during that period, it spreads its roots in a way that makes it firmly grow and stabilize. But when it does sprout, it grows rapidly. Your roots are now spread and well ready. And it is now your turn to go out in the society, constantly grow, and perform at a bigger stage. I hope you are excited for what will be coming ahead as much as I do. Thank you for listening to my very long and compacted speech, and I hope you all magnificent individuals keep steering the wheel of progress. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Wonderful words. I'm pleased to welcome Elena Soo-hyun Choi to the stage for our second student speech. Elena is graduating today with a bachelor's degree in film and media arts.
Dear administrators, faculty, distinguished guests, and fellow members of the graduating class. What a time to be graduating, right? There's something special about knowing that this very moment will go down in recorded history. And we all definitely deserve to write, survived a full year of Zoom classes during a pandemic on our resumes. But before we throw up our caps, let me give you one last pop quiz. Don't worry, it's only one question. Where is your home? Now, some of you may be thinking Seoul or Salt Lake City. The dictionary definition of home is the place where a person lives. But as we all already know, home, in the symbolic sense, means a lot more than a physical address. I personally struggled with my cultural identity and the idea of home for as long as I could remember. I was born in Korea, but my family and I packed up and left to chase the American dream when I was only 5. So, as you can imagine, I have very little memory of growing up here. In fact, my only memory is going to the sauna with my family, getting lost, and convincing myself that my grandma's friend was trying to kidnap me by offering to buy me ice cream and help me find my mom. So you can imagine the hurdles I faced when my family and I returned to Korea 5 years ago. I could barely hold a conversation in Korean. I was a high school dropout. And most of all, I'd been uprooted from the place I considered home. Separated from my childhood friends and extracted from the comforting structure of my AP classes and varsity sports, my birth country, the place now dictionary defined as my home, was starting to feel like a shoe that didn't fit. But before I could plan my grand escape back to Oregon, I stumbled on the UAC. And it was an opportunity to continue my American education while staying close to my family in Korea. So the very next week, I arrived at IGC for my first campus tour. The prospect of being surrounded by my like-minded friends and the idea of growing alongside a new and pioneering film and media arts program filled me with purpose, and I knew that this is where I needed to replant my roots. But stamped on the red and white brochure I left with that day was our university motto. Step 1, imagine. Step 2, do. It sounded so simple. But for the first time, I had no teachers or counselors to guide me or classes to attend. So I spent my entire summer in the sweaty library study room with an endless stack of GED and ACT books. And just 1 year after that initial campus tour, I found myself back right here in this exact room on orientation day. Finally home. But this is only my story. Our school and this campus is made up of the most incredible stories of resilience and hope. Even before arriving at the U, each of us embodied the very core of Utes. We each imagined and did whatever we had to do to get here, no matter the circumstances. We all truly belong here. Today, we leave our nest, but let's always remember this place. This place that taught us teamwork, leadership, the power of hard work, ways to resurrect your film project that you spent hours editing and forgot to save. This place we're proud to call home because here we not only accept but truly celebrate diversity, diverging views, and individuality. So today we go, and we will do as Utes do, imagine and do, with integrity, resilience, and respect. Because that's what we've proven we do best. And no matter what happens out there, always remember that you're welcome back here. Because we are a family, and this is our home. Thank you.
Elena, thank you. Utah Asia Campus will always be your home, and all of you students. If these two speakers are any indication of what's out there, I hope the world is prepared for such great students. We are honored to hear from Mr. Chong Hyuk, Director of Research and Design at Samsung SDI. Mr. Hyuk is a distinguished guest and member of the University of Utah Asia Campus Board of Directors.
University of Utah, class of 2021. I would call you our proud alumni. It is an honor to be able to congratulate you on this wonderful and meaningful event, and thank to Dr. Greg Hill, the CAO and Dean of the Faculty, for inviting me. I entered the graduate school of the metallurgical engineering in the snowy winter quarter of January 1985 and graduated in the summer of 1990 at the beautiful campus of Salt Lake City. During those days, I got the highest engineering education from the best faculty in the best academic environment. All of you also have gone through the best undergraduate programs here on the Asia campus of another beautiful city of Incheon, and are now on the path to new challenges. Today, I'd like to take this opportunity to give some tips that alumni can utilize based on my experience in a so-called technology company after I was educated in Utah. Regardless of which direction you advance after graduation, I hope you raise your aspiration level and set a high vision. I hope that you can use your creativity at the most. And above all, don't hesitate to take on leadership roles, regardless whether in a small or large organizations. Firstly, aspiration. Set your goals 120% higher than the highest imaginable level. This may be the same concept with the well-known motto of US Air Force, aim high. It is important that you have to compare with the maximum possibility in all occasions. Secondly, vision. You may know some examples of the world's best vision statements ever. In 20 years, horses and carriages will disappear from the most of the roads in the United States, and instead, our cars will carry luggage and people, and we will let our workers drive their own cars. 1907, Henry Ford. Create a computer that can be easily used by non-professionals, from children to the elderly, and return it to individuals, and it will become a tool of liberation. 1982, Steve Jobs. I will raise up business and benefit the country through the business. 1938, Byung-Chul Lee, the founder of Samsung. Vision is seeing. Describe your vision statement and appearance at the time of achievement vividly. Thirdly, creativity. Make yourself unfamiliar and always feel in crisis. Please try intellectual conflict in various ways, but it is very difficult to pursue. Creation means, in Korean or Chinese language, breaking the all-safe bond and setting up the light in the mind. As such, creativity is possible only when there is a sense of crisis that is not settled in the present. And the fourth, leadership. Work on proactive planning, execution, and communication. Finden, binden, schützen, nutzen. This is a German phrase, the company Audi's leaders protocol. When leaders like you find, create, and communicate new things, new opportunities will open up. You will be the first to take the lead. These are the 4 directions I've pursued over the past 25 years based on my 7 years of education in Utah. And I have not yet achieved it. And I'm also continuing to challenge myself. I hope you refer to this in your wonderful future. Hello youth, our alumni. Based on your education at the University of Utah, at the point of a fresh start of commencement, get a lot of inspiration, set a higher vision, and a bigger goal. And now, challenge and enjoy. Thank you, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Before we get to the conferral of degrees, I do have one other thing that I would like to do. And I'm hoping that Dr. Chris Ireland can join me here at the podium. Chris, could you join me up here, please? Dr. Ireland is retiring after nearly 40 years of service at the University of Utah. Chris, you've given so much to the growth and development of the Utah Asia campus. I think we can all agree that without your commitment, dedication, and vision, the Utah Asia campus would not be where it is today. We are saddened that you are retiring, but at the same time want to celebrate your accomplishments with us here today. As you know, the room that we're standing in, U104, was recently remodeled to be a space for the UAC community to gather, for special guests and lecturers, and as a showpiece for the Utah Asia campus. So to honor you and your unwavering support of the Utah Asia campus, it is my honor to announce that we are renaming this space the Chris M. Ireland Hall, and I want to present you with The plaque says the following: "We honor and thank you for your dedication and service to the University of Utah Asia campus and our community. For your devotion and hard work, U104 at the University of Utah Asia campus will now be named Chris M. Ireland Hall." So please join me again in congratulating Dr. Ireland.
I can't tell you how surprised and how honored I am to receive this recognition. Those of you who know me know that Korea has always been a really important part of my life, and for my wife and I to live here and to enjoy this culture and really be a part of the legacy that exists between the University of Utah and the great country of Korea means everything to me. I'm stunned. I can't believe this has happened, but I am so honored to receive this. Thank you.
We kept the surprise from you all this time, so Chris, you knew something like this was coming, I hope, and I hope you know that we love and respect you, and so grateful for everything that you've done. Before we hand out diplomas, one final thought. You are about to officially join the ranks of a distinguished University of Utah and Pac-12 alumni community. The Alumni Association extends to you this special welcome.
Greetings from the University of Utah. My name is Linda Dunn, and I'm the Interim Chief Alumni Relations Officer for the university. And I would like to express my appreciation to our new valued Asia campus graduates. As new U alum, your success helps to achieve the U's progress towards achieving the vision of international leadership in higher education and being recognized as a global research institution. Most American universities require graduates to pay dues to be members of their alumni association, but not at the University of Utah. As graduates, each one of you are automatic members of the U Alumni Network. The university wants to maintain a relationship with every single one of you, and we don't want dues to get in the way. We ask you to take advantage of your alumni network by downloading the free Utah Alumni app and stay connected. In that process, you can learn about U events and our local alumni clubs, which are all across the world. Make connections with fellow alums for career advice and mentoring, and we really hope you will take advantage of that. There are nearly 300,000 U alumni across the globe who want you to succeed. And it will continue to grow the reputation of the U because we are indeed a university on the rise. I'm sending you this message from the newly renovated Cleone Peterson Eccles Alumni House. We welcome each one of you back on campus to visit, and we at U Alumni look forward to staying in touch with you and continuing to build the U's reputation for excellence, which is part of recruiting top-tier faculty. We attract motivated students from across the country and around the world, and we stay connected with our outstanding alumni, just like you. Thank you, and keep in touch. Forever, Utah.
We shall now proceed with the conferral of degrees. We take this opportunity to make evident our pleasure and pride in the achievements of our graduating students honored today.
It is our honor and pleasure to present the candidates who are to receive the degrees in communication, film and media arts, psychology, and public health. First, please welcome the candidates for the degree in communication. Heather N. Meyer. Hong Ye-eun. 현서한. 김남경 스티븐. 이혜린 아만다. 이혜린 아이린. 신지연. 수현성. 예지 리 서머. 승희하. 예림천. 지은천. Please welcome the candidates for the degree in film and media arts. 안다은 에리카. 수현초이 엘레나. 전동혁 Will. 김상지 Sandy. 성현지 Hayes. 최진호. Please welcome the candidates for the degree in psychology. Luis Nayon An. Kwang-hee Cho. 함승연. 우솔 토니 강. 김인송. 김민석. 김예현. 김지은. 이은서 루리아. 승현리 소피. 임수호. 우선 수잔 파크. 수현성. 인정송. Please welcome the candidates for the degree in public health. Lisa Maria Peck. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in congratulating the class of 2020 and 2021.
Would all of our master's and bachelor's candidates please rise? That's all of you students. There we go. By virtue of the authority vested in me through the President of the University of Utah, by the people of Utah, acting through their representatives in the legislature and on the State Board of Regents, and on recommendation of the faculty of the University of Utah's Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified, which entitles you to all of the rights, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. It is with pleasure that the university recognizes and welcomes those candidates who stand before us into its alumni ranks and into the fellowship of educated men and women. Congratulations. Thank you. You may be seated. Again, congratulations to each of you. This marks the successful completion of this stage of your educational journey and the beginning of another. We wish you ongoing success, a lifetime of learning, and a future that exceeds what you have imagined. Audience, join me one more time in recognizing this talented class. Thank you to everyone who has joined us this afternoon, both in person and on YouTube, for your participation in this memorable event. This concludes the third commencement and conferral of all degrees and certificates by the University of Utah Asia campus. Let us rise now to honor our graduates as the recessional begins. Family members, please meet your graduates by the block U. All rise.